Hi, my name is Emma, and today I want to talk about books that intimidate me. Brie May did a fantastic video a while back about books that intimidated her, and I really like the idea of it, and now I'm just getting to it. So, yeah, but it's a really cool idea to talk about the books that intimidate you, and maybe take the intimidation factor away. My list won't be as interesting, because all the reasons that books intimidate me are all the same. Normally having to do with size and subject matter. Specifically though, books tend to intimidate me if I read the back of them. If I read the back cover of a book, 98% of the time it makes me not want to read the book. And if it makes me want to read the book, it's done its job very well, because it's very difficult for me to read the back of a book and go, yeah, I want to read that, because it just makes me worried. And you're like, where did all these books come from? A lot of them came from recommendations from other people, and me not knowing anything about the book and going into it very blind, because also expectations for the book get in my head and get in my way a lot of the time. So specifically some subject matter that freaks me out in books. Dark subject matter. I don't particularly enjoy reading books with super dark subject matter. So it can have dark storylines, but if it has a very dark subject matter, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to really like it. Or not going to want to read it. For example, Untamed State by Roxane Gay. I know it's a book that's really great, but that book and I would not be friends because I have a lot of anxiety, and I probably have some sort of anxiety attack from it. I just get triggered over stuff like that very easily. It's just the way my brain works. So that's a big, I know it got deep, but that's a big factor for me. My anxiety sometimes becomes a factor, and I'm worried that a book will trigger something in me. Yeah, so that's to think about when we go into this list. The first book is a classic. It's The Master and the Margarita by Mikhail Bulgakov. This is a book that is translated from Russian literature, from Russian by Diana Bergen and Catherine Tieran O'Connor. And I'd heard about this book through The Year of Reading Dangerously by Andy Miller, and this book is the book that got Andy Miller back into reading. This book intimidates me because it's super trippy and weird, and I know is just a very strange book, and I think that scares me because I don't like that type font at all. I'm afraid that I'm just not going to understand what's going to happen, understand what's going on, and I'm just going to get very frustrated and stop reading it. So, trippy book. Worried about that. Intimidates me. This is interesting, I know. Next is The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt, and also The Secret History by Donna Tartt, which is over there, but it's like down below a bunch of other books. I really want to read Donna Tartt, and I started The Secret History and was liking it, but I ended up getting distracted and not reading it. But I think what intimidates me by Donna Tartt is how much people love it. So I'm afraid that I'm going to read Donna Tartt and I'm going to go, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand why all these people love Donna Tartt so much. I don't get it. I don't get why she's so great. And that scares me because I'm afraid that that's going to happen, and then I'm going to be like, I'm an idiot. So that's a genuine fear. And also just the size of these books intimidate me, because sometimes books, big books, go by very quickly for me. Sometimes they go by very slowly. So I'm afraid that the latter is going to happen. Next is, where am I at? Oh. Gillian Flynn, The Works of Gillian Flynn. This has to do with my anxiety. I saw Gone Girl, the movie, and I really liked it. I think I liked it, and it didn't trigger anything with me. Because movies I can tend to distance myself away from easier than books. So in that instance, I was able to distance myself away from the story, and I really, really enjoyed the story, and I thought it was such a fun ride. But it's harder for me to do that in the book. It's harder for me to do that in books. Ooh. So I have Dark Places, and I also have Gone Girl, and I also have Sharp Objects on audiobook. So obviously I want to read Gillian Flynn. I don't know where to start, and I want to read the least triggering book first. So you have a book that has like the least amount of, I don't know, like anxiety-inducing things in it. I know all of her books are like that, but like the least just scary, thrillery aspects, let me know. That was so vague. Give me a rundown of the books below. Go for it. rundown of like the really freaky stuff. I don't know if that makes sense. For example, when I watched American Horror Story, I had to look up if it was scary or not. I'm a child and I'm also like an anxiety freak, so it's just kind of, I'm all over the place. This is getting very deep out of nowhere. Okay, another book that intimidates me is, where are you at? Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. Same thing, I'm afraid I'm gonna hate it. Also, what the hell is up with this? Why did I get this paperback? It's like gonna be impossible to read this. But I know I'm probably gonna like it. For example, I want to say, this just reminded me, I will never read Game of Thrones. I will never read Game of Thrones. I don't like the TV show. You can kill me if you want. I tried it, I didn't enjoy it. Maybe I'll give it another shot. Maybe I should give it another shot. By the first episode, I was just like, what? And I had to stop because I was like, I can't do this. But, tell me if I don't know. I don't know about Game of Thrones. That's beyond the point. I just was thinking about that. I think that's everything that I want to say. Oh, finally, series, trilogies, especially the last book in the trilogy. I have 2 third books in series that I have not finished, but started. Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor, and The Book of Life by Deborah Harkness. I'm just worried bad things are going to happen. So, yeah, I'm a mess. Anyway, have a wonderful day. Tell me what books intimidate you.